I'm Craig Race, an architect with Lanescape. We design and build laneway houses in Toronto. You might be asking yourself what a laneway house is, and we're actually standing in one right now here in Leslieville. Laneway houses are attached to the main house on a property, and they get all their services from the main house, but otherwise they're a completely separate house for a family or a loved one to live in. We built this laneway house in 2013, before there were any bylaws related to laneway housing. Getting it approved was expensive, time-consuming, and very complicated. But we took what we learned from this and created an as-of-right policy for Toronto that allows homeowners to do it very cost-effectively and with very minimal time invested. This laneway house is 1,800 square feet. It was designed as a 2-bedroom unit with the option to fit out a 3rd bedroom because it's occupied by a growing family. Have you ever wondered what the interior of a laneway house looks like? We've got an interior designer who specializes in laneway house to give you a tour.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Belliveau, and I'm a designer specializing in laneway suite development. We're now standing in a laneway house here on the east side of Toronto, designed by architect Craig Race. Today we're going to talk about some of the really cool things you can do with a laneway suite and discover some misnomers that are sitting out there today. Alright, so let's start with some myth busting. A laneway suite is not this micro-sized little house you have to consider building. It's not a tiny home all the time. In fact, here in Toronto, you can build up to 1,700 square feet, unlike other areas like Vancouver, which is as low as 900 square feet. But when a house is around 1,200 to 1,500 square feet, it's actually way larger than any condo. So most 2-bedroom condos here in Toronto are at that 600 to 800 square feet. So if they can do it in 800 square feet, you can do it in a laneway suite. So this house was designed before the existing laneway program that's now in place. So we're sitting on a footprint of about 30 feet by 40 feet. And what they did in this program was they renovated this entire space. They actually popped it up to have a 2nd floor, which added a master bedroom and more space upstairs. So this house was before the existing program. Now this house is actually bigger in size and footprint than what the existing program allows for now. But let's look at what they did in the space to make it really feel open and airy. We're currently standing in what would normally be a person's garage. Now, not that this is a garage, but where a garage might be on a person's lot, this is where now the new laneway program would have you build a new home. So this is a second home on a single lot, if you consider it that way. Craig did an amazing job here of tying everything together. Now, when you have a space like this, you want to make it look as big as possible. We have 9.5-foot ceilings here, which is great. We have a floor. It's all polished concrete floor all the way throughout. And why that's great is it draws the eye line all the way to the extremity. So it really makes a space feel that much bigger. Another way to do that too is paint color. Having consistent color through an entire space, as they've done here with these white walls, which bounces the light around, is a great way of making the space feel bigger. Another great thing that he did was he added in this floating staircase. The floating staircase is awesome because it gives the illusion of having more space going below it. Unlike many staircases that are traditional with all the framing below it, it really starts to eat into the footprint of the space. Now, because this building is where a garage may typically go, where you have 0 lot line, meaning that your building's wall would be on the actual border of your lot. So you wouldn't typically have windows on a side lot line in a garage or in a laneway suite. You wouldn't have windows on the side lot line. What they have here is they do have some windows that have passive light coming in. But to make the space feel really bright and airy, really, it's the key here is having the skylight. The skylight brings in lots of beautiful fresh light coming down throughout the entire day, which makes the space feel open and airy. So Craig did an awesome job in here. There's so many things you can do with a laneway suite. It could be granny suite, could be a nanny suite, could be a yoga studio, could be a gym, and it could be a rental. And from a rental perspective, it could be short-term, could be long-term rental. And what's great about these units is that they're really special. It's an opportunity as a designer or as a residential owner to really express yourself in design language. So if you qualify for a laneway suite, I really strongly suggest you get on board. Provide additional housing in Toronto. We have a 0.7 vacancy rate. So if you're considering building a laneway suite and are wondering, will I find renters? Absolutely you will. If you'd like to learn more about laneway suite development, come on down to the Fall Home Show October 4th through 6th. They're going to have a tiny village there. We get to learn all about what it takes to build a tiny home in your backyard. So see you there.